Russian state media has urged Vladimir Putin to use his underwater nuclear missile to wipe Britain off the map with a 1,000 feet high radioactive tsunami if NATO troops put boots on the ground in Ukraine. Retired Russian General Yevgeny Buzhinsky called for attacks on Britain with a Poseidon underwater missile that he said would trigger a 1,000 feet radioactive tidal wave. Yevgeny Buzhinsky, chairman of the Russian Center for Policy Research, said Britain will definitely not exist if Russia unleashed the wrath of the nuclear missile. Buzhinsky also threatened the UK with an attack by the 14-story high Sarmat 2, Russia's largest nuclear missile, which he claimed would destroy the country. Vladimir Solovyov, known as Putin's voice, smirked as he said that if the Poseidon underwater drone hit Britain, there would be a tsunami. The warnings were made as Putin's propagandists discussed Russia's military options. Buzhinsky also claimed on Russian state TV channel Rossiya 1 that the unstoppable 6,670 miles per hour hypersonic missile Zircon was about to be used in combat operations after testing. Of course, there are such means as Poseidon, which has been tested, Buzhinsky said. A smirking Solovyov responded, "I would like to see how Poseidon works, I would like to see Sarmat in action." Tsunami, tsunami, yes, tsunami, replied pro-war Buzhinsky. If NATO sends troops, it will end up with us using Poseidon, of course, and a tsunami. And 300-meter, 985 feet, high waves. Solovyov interjected, Great Britain will not exist then. Buzhinsky, 72, agreed and insisted, Britain will definitely not exist. RT Propaganda Empire Chief Margarita Simonyan added, the UK will not be there. It would be drowned straight away, she said. The propagandist's remarks follow a pattern that has developed on Russian state media since the Ukraine war began of threatening Britain with nuclear holocaust. The threats are believed to be the result of the UK's staunch support for Ukraine, which became the first NATO country to announce it would send 14 next-generation battle tanks to the war-torn country in the form of Challenger 2 tanks. Buzhinsky was angry that Putin's missile bombardment of Ukraine had not gone far enough. Of course, 6 missiles cannot make the tipping point, he said. There should better be 60 missiles. Or even better 600. Putin sees the Poseidon as a key to his ultimate military supremacy over the West, it has been reported. Another propagandist Dmitry Kiselyov has previously threatened that the Poseidon approaches the target at a 1-kilometer depth with the speed of 200 kilometers per hour, 125 miles per hour. There is no way to stop this underwater drone, he said on state TV last year. It has a warhead with a capacity of up to 100 megatons. The explosion of this thermonuclear torpedo close to Britain's shores will raise a giant wave, a tsunami. He said, this tidal wave is also a carrier of extremely high doses of radiation. Surging over Britain, it will turn what is probably left of them into radioactive desert. Permanently unusable for anything.
The Poseidon underwater drone is also known as Status 6, and in the United States as Canyon. Essentially a very large nuclear-powered autonomous torpedo armed with a nuclear warhead.